into the morning warmth to catch the flowers blooming on the trees. I take a deep breath of the scent of hope that carries to me on the breeze. No more rain, the sky is bright and clear. I'm so grateful to be standing here. To soak it all in, it's overcoming me. The world is woken up because it's finally something amazing has begun. 'Cause it's hey, I cannot wait for what's to come. Water cools me from the heat of the sunlight dancing on the waves. The sound of songbirds fills my ears and speaks to me of better days. Here's to golden days and starry nights, and knowing everything is gonna be alright. To soak it all in, it's overcoming me. The world is woken up because it's finally I step into the morning warmth to catch the flowers blooming on the trees. The water cools me from the heat of the sunlight dancing on the waves. Because it's finally something amazing has begun. 'Cause it's hey, I cannot wait for what's to come.
Oh, yeah. Now you might be wondering, what the hell was that? Where's the nothing sacred normal theme? And why was that beautifully bouncy, energetic, uplifting, joyful pop song on instead? Well, that's because it is the song May by me, Cruise Control here. And let me go ahead and introduce, we got Maxwell
Silverhammer. Yeah.
There we go, Max. And of course, this is the Drunken Sacred Show. So we have the
Koala.
Woo-hoo!
There we go.
We're all here, and that was my new single. So the thing, you know the thing about, I'm gonna go on to a little rant here about music, because that is a new song that called May. My buddy, the Lone Ranger, or
they may just like it.
Oh, and maybe they won't. But regardless, at the Madrone Studios, we put that together. I call them demos because it's like single. It's like, they're just stuff we're throwing out there because we're making it and creating it, and it's not like it's just our first single from the new album coming on July 30th.
Right.
It's more just like we're throwing this out. If you want to check out the stuff, you can check it out at Cruise Control 375 and on YouTube. I've got my other couple songs on there too. If you want
actually, it's Jester 375, isn't it?
I guess that's I guess.
Yeah, to find Cruise Control's YouTube channel is Jester 375.
You can also look up Cruise Control 375 if you want to.
Oh, okay. You must have it. Okay.
Or New Road, which is the song name, The Battle, which is another song. I've got three. I have 3 songs up there now because I'm putting.
Dude,
up there.
You got 3 singles dropping.
Now, Genie has not. I'm sorry, Koala. Excuse me. Maybe we should start over. Koala has not. I'm batting 1,000. Your Koala has not heard the song yet, and now she never will because I will be unfriended and she won't know about it.
We can't.
Progressed.
If I unfriend him on Facebook, we don't know each other. That's how it works.
That's how it works as well. And now these guys have had. By the way, it is the 1st of May, 2022, and this is the Nothing Sacred, Drunken Sacred.
And
these guys have had weeks. They came on here, both of them.
Oh, dude, it's been
Koala did the old trick. She actually did this online. She poked a hole in the top of the beer and shook it wildly and just drained it. She shotgunned the beer, and it's Lagunitas beer. So it's like, that's what you're drinking, right?
Oh yeah. Going with the log.
And I've got the Cabernet Sauvignon.
Well, then I'm drinking my usual PBR. So,
PBR. You got PB. We got the redneck. We got the beer snob. And we got the cheap wino. There you go.
All right. We got
a great
all-star cast here, man.
Fun-filled cast of characters. It's Saturday night, ready to go. So,
oh, man. Well, I can't wait. I'm chomping at the bit, guys.
All right. Okay.
I got a story I want to tell you guys, and I didn't even want to post on Facebook because I wanted to hear your genuine reactions about it.
Okay.
So here's what happened. I'm coming back from a meeting, a networking meeting on Wednesday morning, and I get this phone call from a strange number. And, I answer those anyway because I like to cuss out the telemarketers. Well, this woman goes, may I speak with Maxwell Silverhammer? And she's like, I want to talk to you about your property at, and she gives the address. And I thought it was one of these real estate assholes that want to buy your house and all that kind of shit. And I said, I'm not interested. She goes, no, we're your HOA. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, all right. Well, she's like, yeah, I'm calling about your bill. I'm like, bill? Well, I pay it every month. You guys take it out automatically. I set it up like that. And she's like, no, we're the new company. We've taken over since February. And I'm like thinking, and you're just now motherfucking calling me? So they didn't send out any kind of notification saying, hey, we're the new company. Here's how you set yourself up to pay. And they just kind of let that go for 2 months. And then now here it is, the end of April, and they're just now hitting me with it. So now they're going to ask ram me the back, the amount, the 3 payments for, the 3 months.
Wait. Let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
You said you had money automatically coming out for that for the last 3 months to the other company.
Oh, well, here's the thing. I just assume it happened. You know what I mean? I'm like,
I wish I could do that, but I can't.
Well, I just, I'm like, because it's too, hey, I'm set up. I'm good. I'm rolling. And I never checked as to whether that money came out or not. So I did go back, after all this shit. And you're right. I did check, and no, there was no payments taken out for those 3 months.
They didn't send you a note or any kind of notice or anything in the mail.
Nope. And the last company did that, and they said, here's how you got to set yourself up so you can do the automatic payments if you want, and blah blah blah. So that's when I set myself up to do that, and we were done with that. But I guess they're no longer the property management company. There's a new one. There's a new sheriff in town, and so these fuckers now are going to go after me for 4 months worth of payments. And I guess, and she was saying, well, yeah, that's why I'm calling all these people now, because there were a lot of people that didn't realize this.
Didn't realize? No.
Well, how do you realize what you're not told?
Exactly. Thank you.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No, that's called government. That's called narco speak. That's called government narco. They didn't realize. What, did you tell them? No, but you should look.
Yeah. No.
You change the name on the little placard outside the door.
Here's what happens with the hall monitors, which is what the homeowners association are. They're adult hall monitors. They're like the grown-ups of the kids that tattled on everybody for running in the hall or doing all the shit that you're not supposed to do at school. They have a job now. They're great. Yeah. This is what they do. So the company takes over. Why they didn't deal with all the shit was because they have to have a board and they have to have an electorate. They don't do that necessarily before they take over. So it's not that nobody realized it.
Yes,
it's that they had to put the board in place of the hall monitors.
Right.
So now you've got, your hall monitors in place, and now they're also being the little smarmy little hall monitor assholes, because what they're doing is they're not saying, look, sorry, it's 4 months. You didn't, honestly, if I did that, I'd just say, look, here's the deal, Max. We didn't charge you the 4 months. Sorry, it's hitting you all of a sudden, but we had to get shit in place. What they're doing, no, people didn't realize it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're smarmy little, they're home monitors.
And they're homeowners. So, and have you ever met a competent homeowners association?
No,
I had one.
One? You do know one?
I had one, and he was a client of mine, and I kept him running marathons, and he was awesome. And he was the president of the goddamn HOA.
Oh, wow.
And then he moved out, and they got another person in there. And then my life went to hell, and they were like picking on me for shit I wasn't even doing.
Shit, Max, you should say, you know what? I'll pay you some fucking money if you get that fucking pool fixed.
Well, that's the other thing. Yeah. Well, and they did have, I did see, as back in February, I remember getting a letter, and they said we're doing repairs in the pool, blah blah blah, and they were actually out there. I could hear jackhammers, and I've seen trucks, and so I'm like, okay, they are actually working in the pool, but I don't know if it's fixed yet. I haven't heard anybody in there.
Here's great. You just fuck with them. Just be like, I don't see any results.
Right. I probably should.
Because you don't.
Yeah.
Right?
You go, is our pool, do I have a pool? What am I paying this for? What am I paying for?
And then I still don't realize this. I don't realize. I haven't, just keep fucking with them. I got it on auto pay. No, it's on auto pay.
Yeah, you should be. Yeah, no. And then you'd be like, well, she called me, but I didn't realize it after she called because I
just didn't realize,
realize.
I still don't realize. I realized it, but it didn't change. Anything. I don't understand.
Now, what could they do? What could they do to Max? What could they do?
Well, they could put a lien on my property. That they could do.
Put a lien?
Yeah, they could actually sell your property out from under you if you don't pay.
That is fucking insane.
Isn't that why?
How far does it have to go, though? How far does the debt have to go?
That's a good question. I don't know. I
got to go very far. I mean. That's insane. That's too much power for anybody who does. If you own your property, you should be able to tell anybody who does it to fuck off. Like,
I agree.
We're homeowners. We can put a lien on your property, but I own it. No, you don't.
Yeah, see,
you need to get on that board.
Yeah,
you know what?
You need to get on that board and just impose.
And here's the ridiculous.
Oh my god, dude! You got to do that, dude. You got to get on the board, man.
Well, here's
impose the thing. Ridiculous regulations.
That is the best fucking idea ever. Dude.
I would love to, but a lot of times the meetings are held when I'm at work. At 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon or something.
You can change that when you're on the board.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Or you can just get, dude. You should get as involved as fucking possible, dude.
You need to be like the biggest pain in the ass.
Pain in the ass, dude, because you love it, dude. What do you do every day? This is perfect for Matt. What do you do every single time a fucking telemarketer calls?
Oh yeah.
You be on the phone with them for 7 hours straight if you could. I'm gonna find your fucking number. What could you do with fucking paratransit? Think about what you could do to your house. Why isn't the pool fixed?
That's true.
And even go into stuff you don't care about, but it's going to annoy them. Like, the Johnsons have that wreath out on Christmas, and we need to really be more concerned.
No, see,
about,
I wouldn't do that.
Hanukkah.
I wouldn't. No, see, this is where I would come from it. Koala. Mm-hmm. I would go the angelic route, the savior of the homeowners. So you want to make a good homeowners association, Maxwell Silverhammer. You make it yourself because you can join that shit, right? You can get involved with it.
I could totally. Matter of fact, there was a thing about elections that went out at some point. Like I said, I don't even pay attention. But
dude,
maybe I should involve myself. Maybe that's what it takes. To get
that way. You do it with everything else. So why not with your home? Especially now that think about how much shit these people have done over the different homeowners.
Oh yeah, and you remember stories, right? All the stories I've told
the sink stores where they turn the
water off
on Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, and then they told me that it wasn't coming back on till Monday.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck? Hell no. So actually,
I guess I'm just cynical. I'm cynical.
Yeah,
because I just don't, and I admit that. I would just be fucking with people. That's why I should never be on a board.
Well, and see, that's my thing.
You're the person
too in that way. Like, oh, what could I do? I can't change this piece of shit.
Koala's the person who called Maxwell and said, we didn't realize.
Yeah. No, I would never actually do that. I couldn't stomach doing that. But in response to that, I would just be like, I would just annoy the shit. I just.
Well, you should be like, those Christmas lights are way too fucking bright.
I would.
then-
I'd be fucking with them. I'd be like,
and
I'd
they
find
go-
somebody to tell me. I'd be like, okay, do they have colored lights?
Yeah.
You're only supposed to have white lights up. We've made
Oh,
an
God.
agreement.
See, that's the
Or-
thing. I don't want to be that person. I hate those people.
Oh, I don't want to be that person either, but I would enjoy doing it just
But
to
you
fuck
could-
with people.
You could do it based upon your vision and shit. You can be like, yeah, that reef is really ugly on apartment,
Right.
apartment 217
Right.
on unit
Yeah,
217,
I would pick
and
the
my
people.
my sighted friends who come over are disgusted by
They
it.
say
and
it's an
therefore
eyesore. Yeah.
My dog keeps sniffing that reef, and it's really impairing my ability to safely travel.
My dog's causing
So
it's
we
self-mutilation.
You know,
My dog's starting to self-mutilate because of that reef.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would do that because I'd pick like innocent people. Well, not innocent people, but I pick people I just didn't like, and I would do
See,
that.
that's the
dog
thing, though.
actually-
I don't really dislike any of my neighbors. I'm
I know,
cool with
you
all my
can't do
neighbors.
it.
You know what I
You
mean?
don't have
my dog jumped up on the reef and pissed on it while in the air.
But now you guys are
And now
right up-
your door needs painting, so you're gonna have to.
Yeah,
pay for
you're gonna
that.
have to pay for the painting.
it's got a yellow tinge to it that doesn't fit our community standards. No, but you know what I would do is, like you guys were saying earlier, I would be on their ass about the pool and about the gate and about the, those kind of things.
You
So
would
you're
do
right.
good things. You would
Yeah,
do good
yeah.
things.
And I
Yeah,
probably-
You
be the
should
good
be on
guy.
board. I
You
should.
should be the. You should. I'm serious. You should be the goddamn president. You should aim for that. Dude.
I got it. But like I said, they hold the meetings when I'm at work usually. So it's like,
But
fuck.
here's a good way in. The fact of the they didn't realize. Open with that. Just say this is not credible. I mean, I don't know if you open with that, but use it as kind of a pointer, because there's ways we can streamline this. We can talk further about it.
We
but-
got to game plan this out because
Yeah. Well, I
but
did.
There,
Let me
there's
just
good
tell you.
ways. I'm actually politically correct when I need to be.
Yeah,
Well,
seriously.
when
you've
it gets
done
to that.
politics.
Max, you're our Joe Biden. Just do what the fuck we tell you and just nod and
Right.
Okay, man. Oh, come on, man. If you're not black, you didn't vote for me.
Yeah, seriously.
So, but I did
This is
have
the Homie Owners Association.
man, the homie on.
Uh-huh.
Well, I did do the ACH form because she had to send that to me, so I had to fill that fucking. I had to fill that out. That's the thing.
And
for
how
the-
difficult was that? See, I see a lot of inroads here.
Yeah, I see a lot of.
Yeah.
I see a lot of victim points you can get here, man.
Uh-huh.
I had
Uh-huh.
to fill out the form and send it
Things
to
you
me.
can change.
Like,
Things you can
I'm visually
change.
impaired, and they expected me to send them a voided check.
No. You're standing too dumb. You're
Nope.
gonna be like, I'm
Nope.
visually impaired.
Okay, so I gotta be the entitled,
The
the foot stomping. Okay, I got you, man. I got you.
Let's-
I tried
Stops
to
here.
go in the pool and I stepped in the water. There was no water. I literally went down. I was embarrassed. I thought the pool was full, but it was completely empty. And I walked in and like, where's the water?
Can you imagine if somebody dove into that thing? I'm going to
Seriously,
stop.
What
neck
if I
fractures.
had thought there was water in there and I'm a swimmer and I dived into the deep end and crashed my bald face right into the bottom of the pool?
And I didn't realize it. That is the
Okay.
same sentence that woman said to me.
Exactly.
People didn't realize it.
And I
We
said,
need to realize it.
And I said, do you understand that realize has the word eyes in it? I am so discriminated.
I feel very isolated.
I'm
and oppressed
oppresticated, domesticated, and
and marginalized. Don't forget that word.
marginalated.
So yeah,
Oh,
that was my story with the Homeowners Association. I had to tell you guys that one.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, you have to get your slogan down, dude.
Yeah.
Maxwell Silverhammer. Build back better. No.
Build back the community. Something.
I think something with realize. I really do. I feel like
Realize.
we can build on that.
Realize we can build on that. Maybe
Yes, realize we can build on that.
that's what it'll be. Realize we can build on that.
You say,
Yes.
I understand. You're like, hello, my name is Maxwell Silverhammer, and I understand our community. The schizophrenic person saying cunt and bitch outside the window while smoking crack underneath my balcony. The person below me who's banging around because of the domestic violence going on in their apartment. Or in their unit. Excuse me, their unit. What are they called?
The unit, yes.
Their unit. The person, like, this
Person
is my...
following me home from the
Oh yeah, the guy followed me home from the rum
from the
runner.
ball, yes, and abduct and and mugging me before I get. These are my neighbors. I respect them. And I will tell you, as your president, I, Maxwell Silverhammer, will never turn a blind eye to your needs.
Actually, I don't know.
Like it.
I don't know how any of that works. You know, well, fuck. You know who was the president of their homeowners association at one time? Cruise Control knows him. Our buddy, dude. Hey, you know Tim. So if he could do it, you know, because this guy's very shy. I mean, very.
You got to do
introverted.
it. You got to do it.
You got to get involved at least, man. You got to figure out how it works. It has to be like a continuing fucking saga on our.
And you're right. I probably should. I probably should get more involved. It's just, and you know what? I could. Well, hell, my thing is too. I don't check the mail as often, you know, because it's always usually bullshit. So when they do send out things about meetings, if I know in enough advance notice, I should just take some annual leave.
They should be sending you emails though. Go paperless. This is another thing that
not
we're
only
doing.
that,
communication.
Well,
you're right,
because you, and as a visually impaired person, you need to be able to read that. No, how many people can afford this?
Or even not even a blind person, but how many people, when the wind blows the Post-it note off the mailbox, or we got it, and here's the deal. Let's go Biden on it. Environment. Hello.
Oh yes.
Let's go paperless.
Paperless. Well, you know, and here I could see them saying this. Oh, well, you know, I'm totally blind. I'm a homeowner, blah, blah. And they'd say, you're blind and you own a home? That I guarantee that.
Oh, if they did that, dude,
love it.
We could have lunch.
You would have lunch on them, dude. You'd go,
you're in.
Oh yeah, that would be Joe Biden sandwich right there,
dude.
Man.
You could literally be the old lady who everyone doesn't want to fuck with because they look like assholes.
Right.
And who
walks the crippled dog?
Yeah, he's like, and everyone's like, don't mess with Mrs. Johnson because she's old and she's a cranky little whore, whatever. And you'd be the same guy, like, oh man, oh god, he's here.
That's a cranky old fucker.
Every month they're going, oh my god, Maxwell's here. Hey Maxwell,
I'll be like
just saunter in.
I'll be like you guys remember Boondocks, right?
Yeah.
Remember Stink Meaner? The old blind dude?
Yeah.
I'll be him. That would be me.
You'd be the guy who's like, oh, it's our meeting today. Meeting adjourned. Today we have the the current president's probably some slick fucking like busybody, or not slick. Sorry, some overweight.
I think it's a woman. I think.
Shit.
I think.
Well, either way,
older woman, in her early 60s or some shit.
Probably
like
an older hall monitor. Yes.
You should say. You could have some kind of like battle between you two.
That'd be beautiful.
Is there a way to impeach the current president?
Harriet doesn't understand the needs of the
certain people in her community. I even heard Harriet say the word fag once.
Harriet actually addressed somebody as he or she when they preferred to be they.
No, that was once, but she did it again when they preferred and
right. So Harriet is not going to build a better community.
Yes. We need diversity, inclusion, and equity in our homeowners association. And
did you know that Harriet goes to Chick-fil-A?
No, they're racist.
Harriet's done that. Yeah. I mean, I don't have any problem with it, but I just, it's interesting that Harriet,
we have POCs that live in this community.
Well, it's just interesting that Harriet does it. I don't have a problem with it, but
Harriet
it's interesting.
went to Popeye's Chicken and she's white.
Oh,
she did. Yeah. I mean, no, again, I don't have a problem with it, but it's interesting that she did it.
But she brought her white privilege into Popeyes? How dare her? How dare her? She sauntered around the Popeyes and showed people how privileged. It's like putting it in someone's face. Like you're like eating in front of a hungry homeless man.
And then she asked me to go to Popeyes, and I'm like, Popeyes, Harriet, Popeyes,
yeah, Popeyes, Popeyes, and you don't even Popeyes anymore because you're just fat. Oh, I didn't say that, but she is a little, that way.
Yes,
and it shows what she thinks about herself. It just does. There's so many ways we could poison Harriet.
You're right. We could fuck around with it, but you're right. I got to get more involved.
And Harriet's the name we chose, of course, because that would be the right name.
That's an old lady name.
I don't know where that came from, but
Harriet.
Harriet or Helga, right?
No, Helga's Harriet's great because it's like, I'm Harriet.
Oh, Harriet. That's Harriet.
Your bushes are too high on your lawn. It's like a Karen, but more subtle.
It's
harder
Karen.
To say. There's more syllables.
Oh yeah, Harriet.
Exactly. It's Harriet.
But you can't say Harriet without Harriet. You know, like the Jewish woman, you know, or something.
Well, and you could even start organizations within the homeowner association. Like, I mean, you can follow Biden's lead. And you can have a disinformation governance board.
Ooh, like a subdivision of the fucking board?
By the way, that's a real thing. You know that, right?
The disinformation?
Yeah.
Disinformation governance board. That has been introduced by our lovely Mr. Well, whoever's
Grandpa Chief,
whoever's controlled the puppet.
Yeah.
The handler, whatever.
But that's happening right now. Literally, it's called the Disinformation Governance Board, and everyone else, of course, is calling it what it is, which is the Ministry of Truth.
Ministry. Whoa, that's a beautiful segue. That's a beautiful. So Koala, tell them what you heard.
Okay. So there's a thing now about our own truth, and it really follows exactly into this Ministry of Truth.
Lived experiences?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, okay. So what it is, I was reading online when I had time. I went on Facebook and I was reading something, caught my eye on. I won't go into details, but it was basically working with lymphatics, which is something I do. And there were people that were saying that there is a certain thing that's very dangerous. Please don't do it. Please get training to do it, blah, 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 blah. I agreed with that. And as I go through the comments, I saw somebody that said, oh no, I had this done and it was extremely painful, but ultimately over a few months, it helped. And so she said, I don't dictate what anyone believes should be done as a therapist working with bodies. So it is my own experience. And somebody said, they answered her and they said, well, no, this actually could have taken less time and it broke lymphatic fluid, blah, blah, blah. So basically they countered it with, no, that's not the way you wanted to go. You needed to have this treatment. It would have taken less time. So the long and short of it was, this woman is counteracting science. She's saying, no, this is my own truth for me.
No.
And I allow people to have their own truth. And what it taught me as a therapist is that there's no wrong or right for me, and there's no wrong or right for the client. Everybody has to have their own life experience and experience their own truth.
That's so fucked up. Dude,
and I just went, wait a minute. And I'm thinking,
that's like,
so the world feels flat to me.
So it must be,
but it's not.
Yeah.
Right.
And there is science that is actually telling you. Now, I'm okay with people having like their own experience and saying, yeah, you know, this is what I had and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to take that away from you. But when you say a certain amount of pressure doesn't break lymphangions, which are like your blood vessels, but they're in lymphatic fluid.
Yes.
It does. Over 15 millimeters of pressure breaks them. You can't deny that. That is scientifically proven.
Well, that's like someone who's saying, that's like someone saying, you know, one of my therapies as a chiropractor is I lay the person on the floor and I put on these boots and I jump on their back and then I jump off their back and I jump on it and jump off and it works. It worked once. So my lived experience is
works.
or the hormone block is this, the puberty block is the same thing. That crazy shit going on with those. So basically this is a therapeutic procedure that's done, and it's they tell you not to do it because it actually damages, like sort of like pull-ups when pulling up with your head below the bar. You are not supposed to pull up from behind, like right. You pull up from the front.
From the front.
You do not do pull-ups from the back because that can fuck you up badly.
Correct.
And like it might not fuck you up badly, but when it does, it does. So they tell you never do pull-ups with your head below the bar.
Because it usually does.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Same thing. But since it doesn't, see, my lived experience told me I've been doing pull-ups from the
and
back.
I have my own truth. Yeah.
My own.
Well, and this is seriously like, and when I was reading it, and then somebody had countered, "Are you certified in this work?" And she said, "No, but I don't believe that that's necessary." Of course you don't. Of course you don't.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't.
I work outside the box all the time, so people are always surprised because I do shit that people are like, "You can do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can do that," because I'm trained in it. So, but when I go, "Nope, not doing that," they get surprised. I said, "Well, because I'm not trained in it. I'm not going to fuck around with stuff I don't know until I learn it." And so this whole thing of like, but this was unbelievable. I'm like, well, you can't defy science. It says, and and this is undisputable. There's always things that change in the medical world, but what we do know is this breaks that. You can't do that. Yeah, so your own truth doesn't fucking matter.
Like saying that's like saying like, all of us know that what we're imbibing right now is fucking poison. It literally is, and it's fucking with our livers. None of us are gonna go, well, in my personal truth, it does not.
We could say that.
My liver.
We can say that.
It makes my liver feel great, and it really bolsters my immune
therapeutic
system.
For my liver.
My liver feels awesome.
Exactly. It's not doing any damage.
My memory is 20 times sharper after every sip of wine I take.
Absolutely.
My memory
and that's
cognition and it's the same shit.
Yeah, it's your own personal truth. Like, yeah, you know. Hey.
But that's not true. But
it's not true. Of course not.
Truth.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's not true. It's opinion. That's like, well, remember when they taught us the difference between opinion versus truth? Remember, I think we learned that in, what was it, 6th grade, something like that, 7th grade?
I think I learned it earlier.
Yeah, earlier than that, yeah.
Somewhere.
You know, tell the truth, don't lie.
Well, here's the thing about it. The problem is that science is belittled at this point because science doesn't conform to your feelings. So what's happening is and this started
which is interesting because they sure, but with the COVID shit, they sure jumped behind science, didn't they?
No. But here's the thing about the difference is like this is the scary part about psychotherapy and therapists is that they can do that because in my opinion, I'm going to be honest, psychotherapy and all that shit, half of that shit is complete bullshit. It's all conjecture. It's a social science. But the difference is that you're a physical therapist, correct? I mean, you're in physical. That's your physical therapy, which means based in physics and in the physical world, which means if you go, oh, I'm going to bang a hammer on your hand, it's going to break a fucking bone. It's not going to, in my lived experience, when I banged his fucking hand with a hammer, it helped his arthritis in his elbow.
It might do that because he forgot about it because it hurt his fucking hand.
His pain was so much painful, yeah.
But is that the best? Yeah, exactly. Yes. And I work with the brain and I work with how the chemicals work in the brain too. So there's a lot of neuroscience behind what I do as well. And you're exactly right. It's like you cannot. Yeah. There are some things you can't. There's some things that you can say, you know what? I do think this works. And I could say, I don't agree, but that's debatable. There are some things that aren't debatable. If you put a bone against a bone, it's going to grow more bone. That's scientifically proven. I can't go, well, there's no cartilage in the joint and the bone's against the bone. I think we'll be fine. No, that's going to grow. I can't argue with that truth because that's how we set bones. There are things that just aren't arguable.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, exactly.
So, and one of those is, of course, specific pressures, like your lymph. Like if you don't move your lymph, you're not going to clean it out because it doesn't pump itself. So you have to, that's just literally the fact. You cannot sit on your ass and clean your lymph out. You have to
and if you want to move it and you want to break it in a normal massage, that's fine because it'll regenerate. But if your whole goal is we're moving your lymph specifically because you don't have lymph nodes or lymph ducts, you've had them removed from surgery. Now we have to do the process to initiate that. We can't break it. We cannot break it. It has to move as it is. It has to be solid. You cannot put more than 15 millimeters of pressure on it because it'll break.
This isn't like an opinion of, well, I think this drug works better for arthritis versus this drug. You know, that's obviously
no. It's like knowing.
It's an absolute truth, like you said.
It's like, let's go there. It's like males and females and biological differences and physiological.
Right.
And
you have a dick and you can shove it in a pussy and create.
No, seriously, you're either male or females. Period.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. There are variances. No, those are abnormalities.
Well, there we go. There's another
reason why they're abnormalities is because the actual basic is male, female. Men are stronger.
And see, that goes back to that personal truth, or our own personal truth,
lived experience.
These people think, I think I'm a woman, so therefore I am. It's my truth.
Well, my thing was going back to the psychologist thing, is that they're turning hard sciences and hard science into soft science.
They went very far with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's gone that way with a whole bunch of shit, like women competing. We've talked about this, but it just doesn't make any fucking common sense. But they don't care because it's so based upon lived experience and feelings. Yeah. I'm a woman today.
Well, and a lot of psychology is based on making you feel better about where you are. It's an idea to tap into the parasympathetic. Yeah. That if we can calm you down, you'll progress more. I doubt that. I think that it has an appropriate place, though. I think that if you do it in its appropriate measurement, you can absolutely calm people down. Yeah. But when we take them too far and we give them freedom to feel okay about everything. No, if you go and you strangle a puppy, you should feel bad about that.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why I went there, but
that's a good example. I mean,
you should feel like a piece of shit.
Absolutely.
Because you are. Because who strangles a puppy?
Right.
Unless it barks all the time.
Yeah,
but that
is barks all the time. Damn.
Or self-mutilates when a shower turns on or something.
Right. But you should feel like shit. And feeling like shit helps you hopefully change your behavior, which is the initial, I believe, point of studying the brain and going into psychology. People just they got into making everybody feel better instead of get better.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
And that's the thing. That's a very good point.
That's
feel
one
better
of those
instead of get better. Yeah.
What's the instrument? The drum crash or the or just something like drop. That's a drop the mic moment where like damn right. Instead of making them feel better, make them get better. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But that's bled over to other things. So you've got these fucking morons like this person saying, well, in my experience, it's the same fucking people that say never, don't trust your doctors. Never eat fruit. Fruit has fructose. And if you have fructose, it's like, no, fruit has fructose, vitamins. But it's also through fiber. It's digested differently than.
Well, and there's a different way it's absorbed.
Yes. Yeah. But these people online, don't eat fruit, don't eat this, don't do, it's like, yeah. I mean,
well, anything that's part of the, because there's obviously the 5 food groups. So
that I wouldn't even worry about the food groups. That's all.
No, you worry about the nutrients. So there's 6 nutrient groups. You got your fat, carbs, protein, water, minerals, vitamins.
And alcohol.
Any diet that tells you to eliminate one is wrong. How you take them depends on your body.
Yeah.
And there's some universal truths also to that, but those are your 6 nutrient groups. You need all of them in the proper context for what you're doing.
Well, I wanted to get back to because I don't want to lose my thought on this subject about the fucking stupid person who's trying to tell you something that everyone knows is logical, and like the same thing with. But there are people out there that say, well, 2 + 2 doesn't actually equal 4.
Right. Oh yeah, that's the common core shit.
Yeah, it doesn't actually equal 4 because metaphorically, what is 2 and 2 actually? It doesn't actually equal 7, and it's like, yes, it does. Your computer, your phone you're working on tells you is based upon it. Everything. It's the same thing, and it must frustrate you because these people are everywhere in industries, and you've worked your ass off to understand what you're actually doing, and it's making it harder for you to do what you do because these fuck faces are obscuring what the actual reality is.
It's making it impossible, because I'll talk to people, they're like, oh, no, a bridge will help the lower back. I said, yes, if they do that with this back, she can't do it. So she's actually hurting herself. Oh, no, that's a great lower back exercise. If it's done wrong, it's exactly the opposite. Are you not looking at what I'm saying? You know, I run into it every day. People that, oh, no, your therapy is just different than my therapy.
Do you think it's because of the internet doctors out there that the
WebMD fuckfaces?
WebMD's fuckfaces who they read some shit on, or they watch some stupid YouTube videos over and over again about certain things, and they think they know more than you do. Like, as the professional,
I think it's part of that, but honestly, I think it's really going into the whole snowflake mentality, where we want to make everybody feel good, and they graduate and they don't know shit.
Well, but
they want their own truth. They're like, well, this therapy worked one time, so when something doesn't work and I do it, and I'm thinking, I have to go in and go, I have to Sherlock Holmes it. I go, why didn't that work? Why didn't that work? What's going on? What else don't I know? How can I make this different? Sometimes that leads to a discovery of, oh, this is a better way to do it. Sometimes it's, oh, I might not be your best therapist, but I'm going in and I'm figuring out why it didn't work. I'm not just saying, oh, wow. My own truth. We're raising snowflakes is what we're doing.
Well, but I think it kind of goes back to what Cruise Control was saying too, with the internet, where there are videos that cater to the snowflakery. You don't have to do this. This.
Oh yeah. They have all kinds of we had this at work where I put the kibosh on it, but somebody said, oh, let's get these tools for this type of abdominal massage. I said, I won't do it. And I said, I don't think you're trained to do it either. So no, absolutely not. We can do it, but not me. Yeah, and fortunately they listened, because I'm always up for anything I'm trained for. But there's a lot. Well, the internet does this interesting thing, and this feeds into our own truth too. A lot of people think they want truth. But they want to be deceived. And the internet provides an excellent avenue for that. Because you can I could probably find a place that says the world is flat.
Oh, you can.
No doubt.
And you'll find people to support you. And then
there are communities that do that.
Yeah. And you'll be in your own community, and you'll smell your own farts, basically.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. That's what
they want to know untruths.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because and honestly, how many of us have have you ever said, hey, how do you think I handled that? And you don't want to hear, well, you
could have done better.
Shitbag.
You're right. You're a cocksucker.
Could have done that a lot better. Right away you want to hear, oh man, you were great. You did awesome, or whatever.
Yeah, and it derails you when you hear that, like, oh shit. Hopefully you learn from it and you get better. But a lot of people, especially nowadays, they're so able to find the followers.
Oh yeah.
And that's a weird term too, like followers.
I'm gonna give you guys my philosophy of our current situation in the modern world right now. I've been studying a lot about the last year about narcissism. And I've talked about this before, but I'm going to say it right now, is that all this shit is just, we are being bred to be narcissists.
Yeah.
We are being bred to lack self-awareness and actual empathy, to virtue signal and care about groups of people that we don't know more than the people around us. And this perfectly illustrates that, because this person doesn't give a fuck about science. She's right. Doesn't matter what she's right, because it's her personal truth. When someone says lived experience and personal truth, it means I'm right, you're wrong, because they're completely hypocritical. Because that's another thing about lacking self-awareness makes you a hypocrite. Because what they're basically saying is I'm right, you're wrong. My personal truth is magical, but your personal truth
is not.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always about personal truth. Whenever somebody says lived experience, personal truths, or wants you to address them in a certain way, you know?
It's all about them. You're right. It's their world. Like, I don't give a shit about everybody else's world. It's my world. God damn it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
right.
the interesting thing is that they will claim they're empaths.
Yeah.
So
God.
I'm an empath.
Oh,
Yes.
And but what they're doing is exactly the opposite, where I am actually very empathetic with people. I that's why I didn't get into certain forms of therapy, because I do take on a lot. But I also know how to deal with it. I'm like, oh, I'm an empath. Okay, here's how I help you. Then you get better. Then you get the fuck out of my face. Then we're all happy. But people that are, oh, I'm an empath. I'm like, no, you're a narcissist, because you're drawing on that. You're making it an excuse for you not to do your job.
Yeah.
And to justify that you're not doing your job. Oh, I'm an empath, so it makes it really hard for me to check these people out at the market because I feel their pain. I'm like, hit the fucking button on the cash register and check them out. If you're an empath, just understand that they're having trouble.
Well, there was this group back in the day. It was called Empaths Unite. And somebody told me, they're like, I think you're an empath. And I'm like, I don't think I would claim some shit like that. You know what I mean?
I wish I could read you some of these fucking some of these Twitter things I've got. This one person, I made the mistake of getting on Twitter, and now I fucking I'm addicted to fucking Twitter.
Oh no! So it's now Twitter's your new shit, huh?
Because you get a lot of
truth.
You get a lot of instant.
It's just truth.
It's instant. Plus, there's a lot of puns there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no, seriously, I'm not joking. It's interesting kind of dynamic. But regardless, I see some tweets from these people. Like one person said, "I am non-binary. I am transsexual. There's something magical about being trans. It's a gift." I mean, it's
okay.
gift.
If you feel that way about, okay.
What?
But that's what these people. This is what these movements, these identity movements breed. They breed the idea that being gay is special, being black is special.
Why?
Whatever.
I mean,
why don't they just say it is what it is?
Because
I don't feel like that's what I do when people say, "Oh, being blind must be a gift." I say, no, it just is what it is, and I've learned to do different things, and I do certain things better than you do because of it. Because I've had to listen differently,
right.
But you see better than I do. So it's not a gift.
Although,
I've
I've used that as a weapon towards religious people, when they do
always use it as a weapon.
Yes. Like when they say, well, wouldn't you want to see, and don't you want Jesus to heal you? And then I always say, well, hey, I feel that my blindness is a blessing. I wouldn't know the people that I knew if I wasn't blind, blah, blah, blah. So I that's kind of my weapon. I do use that, but I don't, would never just.
You could tell him Jesus made me blind.
Jesus, yeah, exactly. Jesus made me blind. One of the nails flew out of him and went in my eyes. I
don't know.
But it's true that these people, like I said, they focus on themselves, and what they try to play it off is that they don't want people to notice. I never want people to know. Why don't I just want people to accept me as who I am.
No, they want people to know how they're different.
People to know how they're different but it's such a superficial, non-self-aware difference. It's not something deep. It's not about specific things about yourself.
Right, like a deformity or something like that.
That's the thing. That's what's the most easiest way to get sympathy from somebody and also power is to claim an identity. Oh, I'm visually impaired.
Well, you guys were saying that earlier with the HOA thing. Right?
Exactly. I'm visually impaired, but guess what that means? That means I get to speak for everyone who's visually impaired because I understand the visually impaired experience. So I can back my arguments up by saying all visually impaired people think. You ever heard that? The black community believes.
The community, yeah. I fucking hate
the blind community believes.
Community.
That's all it means for individuals to use the brunt of their identity bullshit to try to make their argument stronger, and stupid people fall for it. Like, oh,
of course.
You know, but the truth is, it's
well,
fucking complete
the funniest shit I ever heard was.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Well, no, I was just saying with the national.
NFB.
Yeah, they used to have a certain cane setting for people, and mine would have been 60 inches. I do a 52 inch if I do it, but they, back in the day, they were militant about that. No, you need to have a blah, 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 blah. I speak for the Black community. You shouldn't have a dog. They were very anti, and then it was political.
Really?
And so they changed completely their somehow their community experience changed because people put pressure on them. Like, well, that's not really in keeping with, no, it's fine. You can have blah, 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 blah. And it's just, it just doesn't really ring true. There's no truth behind it. It was somebody got a burr up their ass and thought that his way was the best way. And so he started touting his way, but he didn't speak for me at all.
Well, it's just funny too, because we had a friend that went to one of those retard centers for the NFB. Actually, NFB has they have a retard center in Colorado, and this guy went there and he came out of there totally indoctrinated. Well, this is, even if someone's leading you, you have your cane out, and this is the proper guiding procedure. You don't grab the shoulder, you grab the elbow, all that kind of shit. And it was just like, dude, what, really? So yeah, I know what you're talking about, where they the flavor of the month kind of thing,
But that's the funny thing about those is that it's all talking about acceptance for blind people or anybody else. And I guess my main point was that like these people will use just basic identity structures to prove that they're better people. Because first of all, if you're a woman. And oh my God, like, how many times I've seen on where they'll bring up a statistic like the Johnny Depp trial or something like that.
Oh God.
And a woman will say, well, 95% of deaths in domestic violence are from women. It's like, that has nothing to do with the fact that this person was abused. What? But still, 95% of it. Okay, no, Johnny Depp was abused. But still, 95. Wait, why aren't you talking about women? Men, no.
It's like, that's not what it's about. It's about Johnny Depp's trial.
Or blind people, like blind, or whatever you want to say. Like, well, when I'm blind, well, yes, but you're also, but it's you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was hit by a car, and many people said, well, we need to have better signs and whatnot. And I said, no, actually you had a clear one. And my guide dog even gave me a clear path to go through. What you had was an insane woman who shouldn't have been driving, who came in barreling through 20 miles an hour. And my dog tried to pull me out of the way and she hit me.
Yeah.
Yep. Every witness will attest to that. There's nothing wrong with your intersection. Stop feeling like you should have
there's
changed
people,
that.
There's people like that too. I remember I actually went to church with one of the few times I went to church with somebody I used to date. And, all three of us happened to be blind that were there. And the guy came up to us afterwards. And he's like, is there anything we need to do? Like with the steps? Is there? And we're like, no, but you're right. There are people that are like, all of a sudden, oh, well, now something needs to be done. And we got to change the signs, like what you were saying. And it's all just,
it's like, no, that was fine. You just had an asshole. And that's how life goes.
Right.
And I'm not a snowflake. So I worked through it and we're good. Just
don't snowflake eyes me, man. Don't put me in a category, like
well, I'm more talking in terms of individual people like that, because people love this. That's why this whole trans thing is kicking off, because what's the biggest thing you could possibly be is a white dude,
transphobe.
Yes, that's true right now, but a white dude, let's say you're a white dude and you're like, dude, man, my life sucks and I can't blame anybody because I'm a white dude.
Like like all of a sudden you don't have any problems,
now I'm a trans woman
and I have all kinds of problems
and I'm so oppressed. Ever since last Tuesday I turned trans, the whole world is just against me, and now I have this trans thing. I have a burden on my shoulders, and I'm so depresticated, and I'm so, look at me, I'm I'm oppresticated, depresticated, domesticated. Oh, it's just terrible.
And I've been molesting by dated?
Molesticated.
Yeah, molesticated. Yes.
Oh, I just look at me. Ever since last Tuesday, I was John Johnson. Now I'm Gabrielle Sabatino. I changed my name. I like that. It's like Gabrielle Sabatini, but different. It's
actually we got to keep that one. Gabrielle said. What did you say?
Sabatimio.
That's Cruz now. He's Gabrielle.
Yes.
Nice.
You identify as Gabrielle.
Listen. Oh my God. This is what I'm talking about.
So it's an Italian tranny.
No, Maxwell. You just misgendered me and misnamed me. You dead named me.
Oh, I didn't. You're a tranny.
No, you called me Cruz and my name is Gabrielle.
Oh, sorry,
Gabrielle.
Dead
name. No.
But you're a tranny, regardless, right?
Okay, Gabrielle, just calm down. It's okay. I got you. I am so narcissistic that I know that I can help you feel better. I know I can. I can.
He triggered me.
He did trigger you. Yes, he did. It's okay. I got you. Nobody has to hurt you ever again.
Maxwell
You're going to go out and
doxed. Maxwell's address and name.
We're going to do that. I'm already doing that right now. In fact,
Maxwell Silverhammer lives at the address of 4735 Cockface Lane.
Yes.
So I triggered the tranny? Oh my God.
Oh, he did it again. He did it. Oh, shoot. Mariel, take care of this.
Okay, God damn it. Now listen, you need to be nicer to the tranny. I mean,
Mariel, don't talk. Yeah.
Shut up, Mariel. You're an old white woman. You don't count.
Right. Exactly. We just hired Mariel. She's getting on board.
She's an older lady.
Oh boy. We're having fun here.
Well, yeah. Well, we also have some, and Koala and I had some paratransit irks. I've got one, and she had one. I know, but it's kind of around the same shit of them moving our appointment times around.
Well, I think what it is actually not doing it with our understanding.
Well, that's it too. We're not told they've been moved.
And I have to now specify that when I want to be somewhere, it's because of work. I still don't get there on time. So I don't really see what that accomplishes. But right. But they say, oh no, you have a better chance of getting there on time if you specify work. Now, if you come into my office and you book an appointment with me at 5:00, right? Say, okay. I can't just show up at 5:15 and go, oh yeah, I might be able to give you a half hour. Yeah. And send you on your way. You have booked a 5:00 appointment for an hour or whatever you booked.
And that's your client, so
right.
You've got to be there for them.
I don't care why you did. I don't get involved in why you did. Never enters my head. So when they go, oh, we need a reason for it, and they still can't deliver. First of all, I told you I needed to be there at 9:30. Doesn't matter why I needed to be there at 9:30. You said you could get me there at 9:30. Right. You didn't do it.
Oh, and then
it just irks
me.
They'll
say, oh, it's a schedule. It was a scheduling error or some bullshit, that they'll try to cover it up. That's usually their big go-to.
I'm gonna come psychologist for you guys.
Oh dear. You're gonna make me feel better?
No, see what this is, guys. Not you understand. This is because of the lack of control over your ability to transportate yourself.
Transportate.
I'm trying to explain my hypothesis on this. So the reason you guys are so upset is because your lack of control of your ways to get to work.
Yes.
It's really frustrating. I understand that, but you have to understand that.
You know what, Frederick, this is a bunch of bullshit. That person shouldn't have ran out and got themselves a disability to begin with, and then they want to get angry at us for not getting them there on time.
No, actually, I'm serious though, about the idea. The frustrating part, because this argument, you guys talk about fucking paratransit all the time, and I do too.
Yeah, but here's the thing: we're relying on them to get us,
and that's the point.
You know what I'm saying?
It's that lack of control that drives you guys fucking batshit.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying it's a negative thing. It's like so frustrating because every other goddamn way in your life you have fucking control. You have control,
except for that.
That's the only thing I think you guys both just have no fucking control over. So it drives you fucking crazy.
Like, and
even with me, like I can at least. I mean, it's not as extreme for me for whatever reason. I don't have that like fucking like hatred against transportation like you guys like.
Well, you don't have to take it all the time. If you did,
that's true. I used to
be fucking doing the same shit.
But I'm telling you, it's something that's because I know people that have not driven before who take public transportation all the time. So it's like this. It's like the one thing I think that totally blind people in general. I'm going to generalize here, because especially both of you guys, every fucking week there's a fair transit bitch every fucking week because you fucking can't stand it because it symbolizes your lack of fucking control over your situation.
Well, and that's it. You're relying on somebody to do something for you, and then when they don't do it, that's what pisses you off because you're like, you son of a bitch, you told me you could. It's like if somebody offers to do something and they don't do it.
And that goes to me in other forms where I'm like, if I know going in, and I do that with my clients too, where I'll just say, hey, this is what's going on. We've got construction going on. Then they don't get to bitch. Because if they know going in what the situation is, they committed to the situation. Right. And so I'm the same way. I'm like, look, if you just told me you were going to be an inept asshole, I could deal with that. And I'd be like, oh, you might pick me up on time. That's fine. Okay, I signed up for that. But when you tell me that, and it is a control thing, and my dad was in the military, so time is, and then I'm in an appointment schedule thing where we're time.
We grew up in disciplined homes
very differently.
Also, let's I'm going to bring another equation into the whole frustration of it too, and it comes back to what we were talking about earlier. Is how many fucking people are on those services
that don't need mental
illness. I can't drive because I've got PTSD because I was in a call center and someone yelled at me.
And they get dropped off first. And I'm like,
they prioritize those motherfuckers.
I have to say, this is work. You should fucking drop me off. I got the retard in the back. And then the wheelchair lift comes up. I'm like, oh, that's going to be another 5 minutes. Great. And I'm the asshole because I'm complaining about that. And then she comes on and, oh, you got a nice doggy. I love doggies. And she's talking about that the whole way. And I'm like, where does she need to go? That's pivotal. I don't want to be, I don't like to be rude, but I will be. She doesn't need to go anywhere that's pivotal.
First of all, it's very simple.
Unless it's a doctor's appointment.
They should have specific buses for places like fucking
casinos,
old people homes.
No, folding napkin land, napkin folding
like
world,
the tard buses. Exactly.
They should have tard. They could
straight tard bus.
Seriously, tard buses and work buses.
Because that's where she's going.
Delivery for people who are working. But because they have to go to the lowest common denominator in those fucking places.
Well, they have to make it fair. No, they have to make it fair for everybody.
That's the thing. Yeah, they always say that we can't discriminate.
We got fucking people on there that are like, oh, well, what's your disability? Well, I'm just I'm kind of PTSD.
Yeah, see,
what does that do with you driving? Well, I can't drive because I have PTSD.
Well, and listen, I've heard people actually admit that they have a car or that they can drive, but they just don't have a car right now. I've heard that on more than one occasion. Yes.
That's what?
And they're bold as fuck to admit it too. They'll actually say, well, I just don't have a car right now. That's why I take this service.
I'm sorry, anybody who doesn't have an actual physical difficulty driving, like someone who has well, when I drive, I get nervous. Well, then fucking take the bus.
take the city bus.
Take a cab, take Lyft, take
this should be for people who cannot drive for physical reasons. That's the whole, but it's not like that anymore. It's mental reasons. Well, when you got in a car wreck 3 years ago, PTSD from a car wreck.
Well, it could even be, but it could even be.
Yes. Can you drive normally? If you could, yes, I can drive.
But see, it could even be a physical disability, like, oh, okay, well, I have screws in my back or some crazy shit, but they can still physically drive a vehicle. They just
that's my point. That's my point. It should be the ability to physically drive a vehicle to get on that program.
Yeah, it's not isn't hard. It's a matter of we can't do it. And even some of the wheelchair guys, there's hand controls. And, well, I just can't afford that.
Wheelchairs driving cars.
I think you can. I think you can.
Matter of fact, we had a PE teacher years ago, Cruise Control and I did, and her husband was in a wheelchair. I don't know if you remember John, is Mrs. Chambers' husband.
No.
And he drove. That dude drove. I rode with him a couple times.
I've met a lot of people that drive with
that are in wheelchairs.
They remove the seat from the front of the vehicle. It happens all. You see it because
I've met people that have. So I've had a couple of clients who are awesome. They have road wheelchair tires versus trail wheelchair.
Oh
tires.
Shit! Okay,
yeah.
So like rugged ass.
The shit can be done if you want to do it. And we just actually can't see the road.
Yeah, right. We literally
physically we can't drive. It just can't be
physically,
done.
I can't drive. So physically, and even I, like in some cases, maybe would not necessarily need to get that because I can take the normal buses absolutely fine as well.
Yeah.
And I know you guys can as well too, but it's not the same as someone
Well, it depends on the area you live.
Yeah, and what you got going on, because some of the bus shelters aren't
you know what? I guess I could say I definitely deserve to be able to.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Well, you took it for a while when you were out here, man.
Oh, I know, I did, but I'm just saying.
Although I had to fucking force you at gunpoint, damn near, to go get.
Yeah, remember how fucking stubborn I was.
Yep, you were like, dude, I don't want to take that shit. Fuck that. I'm like, dude, it's gonna help you, man. Trust me.
Yeah, it did. It did. It got me there mostly on time. It really did. But there were those nights, man.
Mostly on time.
Dude, there's those nights where I'm sitting out there, everyone's gone, and I'm reading my fucking Kindle, and it's like 7:00, and the bus is like an hour late, and I'm like, God, I want to get home so badly, and then that
Lyft price will look so friendly.
Oh,
in those instances, because you just go, fuck it.
Paying for convenience. Yeah. Well, that's it. You're paying for convenience. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. Now you.
So, actually, I had a story. Speaking of paratransit, where they moved, kind of like what we were talking about, moving our appointment times around, unbeknownst to us. So I had to be somewhere at 5 p.m. It was for a training for work.
Crazy.
And so they picked me up. And we just had one guy on the bus, and we're driving, and he actually lived kind of close to where I live, which was on the way. By the way, the place where I was going was Henderson. If you guys are familiar, I know Cruise Control is
a little bit.
I don't. Yeah, so you know about Henderson too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
of course.
So, of course, yeah. That's the thing. So anyway, we dropped this person here off on the east side. So I'm like, okay, cool. We're on the way to Henderson. Then the driver says to me, "Well, we'll see how this is going to go. We got to pick up on the strip." And I'm going, oh, fuck, and I know I have to be to Henderson at 5. I'm like, we are not going to fucking make it. So we get to the place on the strip, which, by the way, the draft is going on right now. So they have the a lot of the streets that connect to the strip closed. Yeah, some bullshit. So anyway, we had to take back roads, I guess, to get there, which probably was a little faster. But we get to this woman, and we're waiting for her. Finally, she comes out and she's like, y'all early. And he's like, no, actually, I'm late. He's like, I was supposed to be to you at 4:30 and it's now 4:40 or whatever. And she's like, well, let me go get my stuff. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? You're not even ready for your ride yet? This is the other shit that holds people up. And I used to know a person that would do this too. Well, if they gave me 5 minutes, so I have 5 minutes, so I can just fuck off and dilly-dally for 5 minutes.
No, you fucking inconsiderate fuck. Get on the goddamn bus immediately. Be ready immediately.
And that's what this bitch did. She was like,
God, I hate that. That was the worst fucking shit in the world. I'm sitting in that bus and Well, we got a no-show. We still have to wait, motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, think about if you go to one of the Tard shops and they don't open until 7:30, and you get there at 7, so you're sitting there for 30 minutes. I took an Uber one time. I said, "Fuck this, I'm out of here. I'm not."
Jesus Christ, that's ridiculous, man. It's not that hard. Because they can't do that. We can't discriminate between the people on this service. They're all important.
Yeah, it's that bullshit
they're
again.
Also, here's the deal too. They're also pulling a low common denominator.
That's exactly.
Okay, so you got your drivers and your dispatchers that are like doing it in retirement, and they like to do it, and they're really cognizant, and they're awesome. But you get a lot of people and you go, wow, how did you get that far?
Because this is all they can do is drive a bus.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I drive both.
I have to look at the blah, blah, blah. And then they call in the dispatcher. The dispatcher but can't even do it.
Right. Well, that's it. They can't even dispatch correctly, or whatever. They're fucked up.
Like, do you seriously, you want to do blah, blah, blah? And but it is going to be more of a common problem in our youngins.
Oh, yeah, because you can do anything you want to.
Well, we're not teaching word problems.
No, we're
in
teaching
math anymore.
Gender fucking identity.
Oh, what? They don't learn. They don't do word problems anymore.
Nope.
Fuck.
So they know math.
If they do, no, they do. But the ones they go. Billy has been oppressed 77% of the time by a white friend. Billy is black. Billy has a blank % chance to be blah blah blah. What is Billy's blank? Chance
I can answer that without doing the math.
or
they're doing those.
What's the other one? Women make 73 cents on the dollar as men for the exact same job.
Hey, that's an improvement.
Same
right? It was.
That's an improvement. Used to be 66.
It's true, but that's bullshit. By the way, the wage gap, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's
complete,
not. That's
complete horseshit.
It might have been. It might have been something in the 1920s or something, but
no, it was true a little bit in but it varied company to company. It was never a cross the country.
But ever since 1960, I mean, you can't have the same job.
Hell no.
It's not like I'm working at the customer service counter for 15 and Marion's over there making 14 because she's got a pussy.
Right.
No.
Exactly.
No, it's not. It's not happening that way.
Well, and a lot of times it could happen if Marion didn't know that it couldn't happen. So there's that. There were little
like she's ignorant to the facts or something like that.
Yeah.
Well,
like
a lot of times also it's negotiating, but if you actually look at the actual statistics now, it doesn't. It doesn't exist, and a lot of it is preference because men tend to work longer because there's a whole bunch of stuff going around about that, which is an interesting conversation. But
well, that's anyway. The long and the short of it was this bitch held us up, and even the driver was like, man, she better hurry and come out here because I'm about to leave her.
That was abrupt. So did she come out to see that?
She eventually did, and actually, I started giving her shit because she said hi to me. That was her mistake.
Know what this is, Max? This is the essence of feminism.
No, it was a black woman actually. So that was her.
Yeah, so it's black
entitlement.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Black
feminism and bleminism.
Yeah, she was bleminized.
She was African feminism.
She was Africanized or whatever.
African feminized.
So she said, well, her mistake was saying hi to me. She was like, hello. And I was like, yeah, hi, you're making me late. And she's like, how am I making you late? And I'm like, because you dilly-dallied in there for like 5 minutes when we could have been rolling. And I said, I got to be to a training for work. And she's like, well, how did she put it? Something about that ain't all me, bruh, or something. She said some hood butt fucking
bruh. Can I decapitate everybody who says bruh?
Bruh.
Can I? Am I allowed to do that? I don't think I
wish you could.
No, but I want to because it's stupid.
Bruh.
Oh yeah, she was just trying to get like hood smart.
No bra with Koala. Just don't do it.
Get the new book by Maxwell Silverhammer, How to Be Hood Smart.
Hood Smart. Keep your hood smart.
Now, I'm here with Maxwell Silverhammer. Hello, my name is Todd Stevenson. Now, Maxwell, you have a new book out. It's called Hood Smart. Why don't you go ahead and describe what Hood Smart actually means?
Well, you know what I'm saying, dog? When you hood smart, you know what's going down. You know what I'm saying? You be looking at your surrounding activity. And once you see in the surrounding activity, you know, if motherfuckers is tripping, if bitches finna jack you, you know what I'm saying? You know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Wow, that is amazing. Intellectual powerhouse that you are. So what exactly can you do to improve your ability to be hood smart?
Man, you got to pick up my book. You know what I'm saying? Read my shit. Know what's cracking up in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Just read my book. You finna learn some shit.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We'll be back after this message.
Now we have to have the book.
My book.
Hood Smart. Hood Smart. By Maxwell Silverhammer.
Maxwell Silverhammer. Motherfucker.
I'm gonna give
Silverhammer.
Silverhammer.
Silverhammer. Maxwell Silverhammer.
So, yeah, that was anyway, they got me to my place late, by the way. It was like 5:15 or 5:20 or something, but I think it's the usual move your shit around and hey, we'll get you there when we get you there. Quit complaining.
Wait, are you going now? How many times has it happened when you're going to work or when you're coming home? Because when you're coming home, it doesn't really matter.
I mean,
still matter.
It still does matter.
No, you're going home.
What if I have to meet somebody at home? I'm
Yeah,
just so tired of these
You don't
assholes.
have lives.
Oh, you know, you people act like you have a life, you know, like you're doing something, you know, like, you know, you're not doing shit. And your job's not important. Actually, I had somebody say to me the other day, I was like, they were saying, oh, you know, it's so inspirational that person, they're visually impaired. They work a full-time job.
God.
And I'm like, yeah. I said, I work a full-time job. And they go, you do? Just the way they said it.
Do you ever ask them what it inspires them to do?
Yeah, good question. Like, what does it inspire you to do?
What
to do better?
I get that. It's so inspirational. I'm like, why?
What is
I
it?
think it probably, you know what they probably actually do?
What? You're right.
This is what they probably actually do when they get home. They're
like, thank God.
No. Here we go. Dude, that blind dude has a full-time job and I live in my mom's house. And I'm fucking such a loser. Look at the fucking totally blind fucking retarded sped who can't even fucking drive, and I live with my mom and can't even get a job at Burger King.
I'm gonna drink Drano now.
Seriously, man, that's what they do half the time because that's what
it probably is.
Yeah, think about it.
So
they gotta say, "What? You got a job?" Because they're like,
"Why is it
I don't have a job." It's inspirational because it inspires them to drink themselves into an oblivious stupor, depressing.
And that's fine. Do that. Just don't
or
come back
what
in
does
here.
it inspire? You're right. Like what's
exactly?
And you're right, Koala. What's the activity that it inspires them to do? Like, well, since you were inspired, how has this changed your life?
That's
and what do you plan to do different?
inspirational.
Yeah,
I don't get it because I've had deaf clients. I've had one of the coolest clients I had was he had his back broken and he had like the multiple different wheels on his wheelchairs for different things he did. And I just, when he came in, I said, okay, what do you need? You know, if you need me to do something, I'll do it, but I'm not going to try to present that for you. Yeah. So, you know, so it was fine. You know, he got on off the table, everything else. This dude, he's like, I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? He said, well, I want you to help my arms get me to where I can power faster over hills and different things so I can go through San Francisco. And I'm like, well, that's cool. You know, like he just not at all a victim. None of this, you know, he didn't inspire me though.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's what you should do.
Yeah.
If you're going to fucking do it.
I mean,
that's exactly what you should do.
when shit's inspiring, it's inspiring for different reasons. It's not. It's I don't know why people have to. I've actually heard. Yeah, people have said that kind of shit too. Oh well, actually, there's a video. If you guys have seen it, it's an Australian chick, and I guess she's in a wheelchair or something, and it's called "I'm Not Your Inspiration, Thank You Very Much." And have you seen it?
No.
Oh,
no.
She's talking about like
somebody told me about it. Yeah.
So you know about the video? Okay, she's when she was a kid, I guess somebody said, well, we want to nominate her for this award, and their parents were like, well, why? She's just a teenager who just kind of hangs out and watches her movies and does her thing. Yeah, but we should give her an award. Yeah, like give her an award for having it. Like,
because that's the thing. It's kind of interesting how they do that. It's not like it's the person who like plays wheelchair basketball and the first wheelchair basketball player to dunk a ball. It's always like this fucking, well, in our small town, we got a girl in a wheelchair and
give her a little.
She plays video games all day. She doesn't do shit. Like half the time they don't even do shit. Like
yeah, somebody who's just not doing shit.
I am not an inspiration to anybody. I sit on my ass and play video games. And
right.
Like I'm not like
I had my boss said, she overcame blindness, and I had to correct her, and I said,
didn't overcome
no, I didn't. I still got it. I didn't do shit.
Right. You're still blind.
And it had to redirect her where she was like, oh, you're right. I said, well, because it makes people think differently about it. If I say, look, I didn't overcome it, but I'm still blind as a bat. I just do things differently.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Well, you know what the problem with the world is now is that everyone wants what you have. God damn it, they want the disability so bad, so they create them. That's what I was talking
they want
about.
the intolerance.
They want the I have ADHD. I'm on the autistic.
I'm on the spectrum.
Or I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Just tell them they have gluten intolerance. That's what I was going for. Is they want the intolerance to foods.
Yes.
Oh, food allergies and shit.
Allergies,
that too.
Everything else that's wrong, like something wrong, like mental illness now is not a thing that you should be upset to have. It's a thing that you should.
It's a badge of honor, man.
Badge of honor, man. It really is. Like, I have ADHD. I take, and because, it makes you special. And also that's the thing, and that goes with gender dysphoria as well. And that's why this trans thing is so crazy, and it wraps up into it because you're supposed to think these things are not bad. Well, I've got mental disease, ADHD, the stigma. Yeah, there's a stigma because it's a problem. It's not a good thing. It's not like that's why these people that are like blind is a gift. No. This is a fucking disability.
Right.
Yeah.
If I could see out of both my fucking eyes, I would be able to see. Now, you guys, I don't know about you. You guys.
Well, if I was born that way,
obviously.
That'd be one thing.
For me, if someone said, "Boom, you have perfect eyesight in both eyes," I would fucking drop to my knees and start fucking sucking that cock. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it would be
it's not
convenient.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for us, obviously, well, I can't speak.
Well,
for Koala,
it might not. For whatever.
For me, I wouldn't want sight. You'll know that.
But for me, as a person who can see and understands what sight is, if I could see as well, even in my good eye, as I could, as anybody else, I would lose my shit.
Of course you would.
I would lose my shit. I'd be the happiest motherfucker because I understand the difference.
Right.
These people don't think that. They want there to be this pride and this fucking disability.
Well, and they think there's a benefit. And so I used to see. So I understand what that is.
Yes.
I don't really miss that so much. It would be it would be fabulous. It would be interesting. But what they don't understand is there's discrimination that comes along with it. There's, how people treat you. You don't get a gift.
Right. It isn't all of a sudden.
Nobody gets a gift from a loss. You have to earn it. You have to, work your body and your mind and your life into getting whatever benefit you can. Like, it just doesn't happen.
I think it's just, I think it's interesting that I think one of the things that all three of us have in common is that we've all struggled throughout our lives to make ourselves known that this is just a weakness, like any other,
or an inconvenience,
like forgetting where your shoes are, or whatever the fuck else, like maybe having, not being as good at math. Or like, like, so
you guys keep going. I'm gonna mute real quick because I gotta piss. Just want to let you know. Anyway, continue.
But you get my reform going with that, Max. So the point is that we've all been like pushed all our lives to go, no, we're fine, leave us the fuck alone. While everyone else in society now is going, no, I've got this, and I've got this, and we're like, I don't know, that for me personally, that makes me go, fuck, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? Why are you trying to embrace all these fucking weaknesses and disabilities? Why are you doing that?
Well, and exactly, because so I have a physical intolerance to dairy. I actually do. I throw it up. And it is not fun. And you don't want it. You do not want to have that.
You don't like,
because you have to read labels, you have to be super careful. But in, late 90s and early into the new millennium, everybody got lactose intolerant. So they started, I know how it is. I'm just uncomfortable. My body feels bloated. I'm like, oh, wow, that's great for you. I actually throw up over the toilet for like 8 hours. So that's not cool. It's like people want, I made fun of it. I came into work and I said, I need a syndrome. I'm done. I need a syndrome. And everybody was like, what? I said, no, I need a syndrome because everybody's getting sympathy. So I'm creating my syndrome. So my syndrome actually basically means that some things set me off and make me cranky and irritable. And I put it with my last name. And I'm like, that's my syndrome. Oh, no, that's acting up. No, can't go to that. But that's what people do.
And that's what I'm saying is that the society is based upon how weak you are instead of how strong you are. Like our morals are based upon victims instead of like, oh my God, Black women are much more oppressed than Black men because they're Black women. Like, what?
No.
But that's the thing. It's all based upon like your moral fortitude is based upon how victimized you are instead of
and it takes the truth out of it because there might be some truth there, but it doesn't mean that it's always across the board. It actually just so perverts it.
Yeah, it really is disgusting. And it's all this woke shit. And Maxwell is a complete, hey, he's back.
Oh yeah, I'm back after pissing, which, by the way, they say beer makes you gain weight. I think for my personal truth, it makes you lose weight because you piss so much.
See,
well, I don't know your experience.
That was my experience. I was just telling you guys, I pissed a lot.
Right.
So, therefore I'm thinking I lost weight.
For Brett.
Max,
sorry.
It's all good.
We're at that point of the night.
Okay. We've slipped a few times and called you by your name too. So
we've done it before. I've never done it myself ever.
No,
never.
That's
cruise control. No,
that's your truth.
That's my truth. See, it's my lived experience.
Yeah, that's what you think.
You have never done it.
God, we've been rolling here. Okay. So anybody else have any other stuff they wants to roll with?
I got a mask. Oh yeah, I got a mask story.
Oh shit.
On paratransit.
Another one. Okay.
Koala knows this story because I told her this story. All right.
Okay.
So you remember when you were out here, man, and I asked you, hey man, did they make you wear masks on the airplane? You said, nah, man, they fucking right when I was getting on the plane, they said, nope, everybody does not have to wear masks. And
it was a crazy moment. And
So, well, that was probably, it was later that week. That's right. Because it was that Friday. And I come walking out, and I got my mask in my hand, and I'm getting ready to put it on. And the driver says, "Oh, you don't have to put those on anymore." I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, our supervisor told us this morning we don't have to wear masks, or nobody has to wear masks on the bus anymore." And I'm like, "Oh, that's fucking great, man. All right, dope." So I get on the bus and go to work. Okay, then I take my ride home, and I'm not wearing a mask. Nobody says anything. So then Monday comes around, same deal. I take the bus to work. Nobody says anything, no mask. And when I come home, same deal. So then Tuesday rolls around, and I come walking out to the bus, and the driver, you know, they sometimes they'll ask your name to confirm that's you. And I'm like, yeah, it's me, you know. So I get on the bus, and there's this retarded girl on there, and she says something to the driver. And I think there's this little, like, well, she could speak. I mean, she wasn't nonverbal, but I couldn't understand it. Whatever she said was unintelligible to me. So it's like her and the driver had this little communication going on. And next thing you know, he kind of, I'm sitting behind him, and he kind of taps my leg, and he goes, "Hey, Max, here you go." And it's this, I thought it was like a napkin or a handkerchief. And I'm thinking, my first thought was, I didn't sneeze. Why the fuck is he handing? And then I open it up, and it's a mask. And I said, "Wait, why are you giving me a mask, man? We don't have to wear masks anymore." And he's like, No. They've extended it to the 13th of May. And I'm like, "Nah, dude, I think that's false. I just had a driver 2 days ago tell me that we don't have to wear the mask." He's like, "Well, he's misinformed." And I'm like, "Okay." And so see, here's the thing. I'm not going to argue with the guy. I said, "Okay, fine. I'll put it on." I said, "But I'm going to call because I have a supervisor buddy that I'm cool with." So I said, he's going to tell me what's going on, you know, that we have to wear the mask. So I call him. I actually got his voicemail. So I just left a message, and I explained the situation, and that I got this driver who's trying to make me wear a mask when I think we don't have to wear the mask anymore. So anyway, I put the mask on. Well, the retarded girl on the way there, I mean, she must have been drinking from fucking Dr. Fauci's fucking toilet or something, because she just kept parroting all the, "Yeah, when the doctor says something, you need to listen. And the pandemic, a lot of people died." Dude. I'm just like, "Oh, you know,
dude, tard prophesizing." Or what?
Well, I'm giving her a pass because she's retarded. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like Jesus said, "Forgive them for what they don't know."
But
yeah, does he say that?
I think. Well,
I don't think he says that.
It doesn't mention tards necessarily, but it does say, Jesus did say, "Forgive them, for they do not know what they do." Yeah,
you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
That's one little thing I do know about the Bible. You know, I don't know much about it, but that's one little.
You're
thing
right. I just looked it up. Yep, you're right.
So anyway, she's saying her thing about, you know, yeah, it's important for our health, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, whatever, you're retarded. So I get a call back from my supervisor buddy later that day. Yeah, he called me in the afternoon, and he goes, "No, we don't have to wear the masks anymore." He's like, "That driver was misinformed." And I was like, "I'm sure he was." I said, "Can you educate him?" And he's like, "Yeah, no problem. I'll have whatever."
Can you educate him?
Yeah. There we go, man.
Educate that motherfucker.
Like, educate this motherfucker, man.
This guy.
Can you educate him? Can you educate him?
Can you educate this motherfucker?
Can you show him the fucking way?
Teach him a thing of 36.
Yeah, not can you explain it to him? Can you educate him?
Can you educate this motherfucker?
Yeah, well, you know, because I want to make. Hey, but there goes back to how I should be with the homeowners association if I get on there, right?
Oh yeah.
But here's the thing. This is what I think he thought. I think he thought, oh. When he got on the bus, he said, I want him to wear a mask because I'm fucking neurotic myself. So
that's what I think too.
No, I think it was the retarded. I think it was the retarded girl.
And he said
something to him, and he just didn't want to deal with that.
So he was appeasing the retarded girl, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I think that.
So you think because we didn't want to hear her going,
he
don't got no makeup.
Would you?
Well, and you know what? Hey, here's why I think Koala may have a point.
To hear it.
Here's why I think Koala may have a point, because when I walked out and got on the bus, he didn't say, "Where's your mask?" Right? It wasn't until I sat down and she made her little comment or whatever the fuck she said, and then that's when he did the, "Hey Max, Here you go.
So
I was all
educated. But here's the problem, though. Here's the problem with the driver. Fuck that cocksucker, because he lumped you in with her. Like, dude, just fucking wear this mask, dude. If you would have leaned over and said, dude.
If I said, fuck you, I'm not putting
No. If you would have said, dude, please wear the mask because this bitch is going to be fucking yelling at our ass.
Oh, right. Like if he would have just placed me on what's up.
Just wear this
exactly.
Right now, you would say
I would totally understand.
And you go, okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have even called my supervisor buddy. Exactly. Now I call a supervisor because of the shit, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
so now you got him in trouble because what he was trying to do was trying to stop that, which was great, but he actually disrespected you and put you in the same camp as her.
Yep.
In that, and he goes, fucking
just
her,
put
dude.
the mask on, retard. Don't you question anything.
Yeah, instead of just going, dude, do you mind wearing a mask? It's because she's fucking tripping, and I just want to fucking get my home before I fucking lose my shit and go back there and punch her multiple times. Did you wear this fucking mask? Because otherwise, last time I had someone not wear a mask, she started screaming and yelling about 3 minutes into this shit. So just put this fucking thing on, and we'll both be happy, okay, Bo?
See, but I don't know that. I have limited.
I know that. My point is that he did not understand that you were not.
He could have been drinking from Joe Biden's adult diaper too. He could be one of those guys.
No. I'm telling you,
you guys think
he did in a way underestimate you because he put you in the same group as like you're just
right. Here, take the mask.
But if it would have been a problem, he would have had to do it. Well, the other possibility is that he didn't say something because of your disability until someone else brought it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
there's the other possibility. So,
because the girl said like he's not wearing a mask, right, or something.
Yeah,
like
I didn't hear what she said.
Maybe he's the dumb fuck. Maybe he can't. Blah blah blah. Let's just get him where he needs to go.
Maybe they didn't buy him a mask or something.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Exactly.
Some kind of shit. So that's when he kind of tapped my leg. Here you go. Like I'm giving you. Oh, okay. So, which by the way, guys,
tapped your leg. He probably wanted you to communicate. Yeah. I think Jeff's right. I think it's true.
Hey, we're all doing it. It's all good.
I don't know. It just seems like if he knew that she was going to lose her shit over because have you seen her lose her shit? I
don't know who that is. I've never ridden with this person before. So
who knows if he has either, but maybe he was just being like
sometimes you just appease the retard. It's just what you do. It's like, okay, all right, Johnny, that's eating your shit is good, man. That's okay.
All right, guys. I actually think that before we get into any trouble,
Am I that bad tonight?
No. I'm talking about myself.
No. Sorry, it's mine. No.
I'm telling you. I'm saying before we get into any are we actually recording while I remember this trouble?
No, that kind of thing.
No, I'm not that bad. But my point is that we've been rolling for about hour and 40, and I am.
Damn, hour and 40 already?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Damn. I guess we have.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having a good time.
So what else do we have? What else do we got to talk about?
Oh, well, shit. Here's another. This is Uber related though.
Uber now.
I had this Uber driver. Man, I'm trying to call this motherfucker, and it rings twice, and then it shoots me into voicemail. Because it says he's here, and I'm like, why is he not answering his phone? So finally, he finds me, and he pulls up in front of me, and I'm like, hey, man. I'm like, why aren't you answering your phone? He's like, oh, I got it on Do Not Disturb. And I'm like, you're driving Uber. You dumb fuck. And he's like, well, my wife and my kids, if they're going to call me.
No, we don't care.
No, dude.
Yeah. Well, it's like being a cop and having your radio off. Or something.
Wait,
my wife. We don't care.
Right.
Well, dude, my wife and my kids might. Dude,
my kids might call. They might interrupt me. Oh,
dude, how about you tell your wife, bitch, I'm working.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I'm working right now. I can't talk. Quit tripping.
And by the way,
hey, guess what? You can do individual.
My work.
Right.
And you can do individual do not disturbs as well. I think on your
Oh, see, that's right. You can make certain numbers, make it where they can't count it.
Let's not get too complicated on this guy.
Yeah, exactly. I think he that might have been too much work for that guy.
No, he can't handle that.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
So that was that guy. Then there was a I've gotten a lot of beaners too, man. So like, they don't speak English. I had one guy, he was like, "You Spanish?" I'm like, "No."
Spanish?
And then he starts talking Spanish to me. He's like, "Tarapa, tarapa, tarapa." And I'm like, "Dude, I told you I don't speak Spanish, you motherfucker."
You didn't say that, though.
No, but I felt it. I was like,
I didn't know how to.
Yeah. How would I say it? No español.
Fucking stick in the bomb, motherfucker.
I know. No español, Paco. What the fuck? So shit.
Oh,
what
boy.
I say to you, man? Immigrant? Like, will you
Why
understand that?
do you get all of the transportation issues?
Hey,
I'm sorry, I'm laughing, but
I get them all the time. I mean, it's just,
I know.
it's just a motherfucker. I mean, you get some people that are just totally stupid. I had one guy, I'm trying to tell him because I had him take me to work. And he wasn't in the, I said, okay, keep going. Of course, again, he didn't speak English. I'm like, go in the back between buildings B and C. And he kind of stops. And I'm like, bro, between buildings B and C. He's like, huh? No? Oh, I'm like, keep driving, you dumb fuck. Good, no, keep going, goddammit. Keep going. You did that when you got over here. You kept going when fucking Border Patrol was chasing you. So,
There's got to be something though, because you just have a knack for it.
Bad karma?
No. Maybe Chinese medicine. Who the fuck knows? But you got something.
There must be something happening with me.
We gotta look into
listen,
that.
this is from the same person who put the dog in the trunk.
Uh-huh.
Oh, which by the way, I told my dad that story, and he told me they have a neighbor who's Middle Eastern, and they have a dog, and he puts the dog in the back of the pickup truck.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So maybe there's a thing with that, like we don't ride with dogs. Dogs dirty. Oh, Allah said so.
Yeah, well, there is a thing with that. Yeah.
There is a thing.
They find them dirty. Yeah.
This from the same group of people who won't shower. Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, they find animals dirty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again, it's from the same people that don't shower.
Well, they blow us up too. So.
Well, that's it. Well, the joke. How do you know you have Muslims living across the street? Nobody ever comes to install a shower.
Right.
How do you know they moved out? The house blows up.
All
right. I think.
Well, I gotta go.
I think we're done with this one.
Yeah, I gotta go.
I'm actually pretty much done myself. This has been fun, though.
I'm gonna be up for a little bit yet, but that's
absolutely cool. You're gonna be probably rolling.
Oh yeah, I'm just getting started, I think. So
anyway, all right, guys.
On that note, fucksters,
awesome show. This is fantastic stuff. The Drunken Sacred Show again.
Once again,
it's going to be up and rolling, and we're going to end with May again. May, the song May.
May we end with it?
May we? Absolutely. And it's a fantastic upbeat song, and enjoy that. I guess we can go from there. This is the 1st of May, 2022. I am Cruise Control.
And I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
I'm just Koala.
You're not just
not
Koala.
Just
you
koala.
Are
You're Koala.
The Koala.
The Koala.
And in that case, that's the story there. Bitches. See ya.
Beautiful.
into the morning warmth to catch the flowers blooming on the trees. I take a deep breath of the scent of hope that carries to me on the breeze. No more rain, the sky is bright and clear. I'm so grateful to be standing here.
To soak it all in, it's overcoming me. The world is woken up because it's finally
something amazing has begun. 'Cause it's I cannot wait for what's to come. Water cools me from the heat of the sunlight dancing on the waves. The sound of songbirds fills my ears and speaks to me of better days. Here's to golden days and starry nights, and knowing everything is gonna be alright.
to soak it all in, it's overcoming me. The world is woken up because it's finally
I step into the morning warmth to catch the flowers blooming on the trees. The water cools me from the heat of the sunlight dancing on the